Hello Alycats and new viewers. So today I'm bringing you my May 2016 favorites, and this is part 2. If you don't know what favorites are, this is where I mention everything I loved in the entertainment realm over the past few weeks, and I always split these into 2 parts because I always have way too many favorites, and you don't want to be here for an hour watching this, do you? Do you? And I'll include links to all the trailers for anything I mentioned down below in the description box, so if it sounds like it's something you would enjoy, you can watch the trailer and see. And let's just get started, shall we? First up is the graphic novel Witches. This was so good. I need more, and there's only 1 volume, and I'm so upset about that. Witches is the story of a girl named Sailor and her family. They live in Litchfield, New Hampshire. And Litchfield, New Hampshire has, in the novel at least, has a myth about witches living in the woods. But these witches aren't your typical witches like you would expect. They're these really horrific creatures. And one night while she's sleeping, Sailor gets bitten on the neck by one of these witches, and it's discovered that she's been pledged to them. And I won't tell you what happens when you're pledged to a witch because that ruins the whole story, but the rest of the novel follows how her father is trying to save her and atone for his past sins. This graphic novel has a really cool art style too. Like, every page looks like a watercolor painting, and I adore that. It's very unique, and I thought this was actually a very creepy book. It's not super scary, but it does kind of send a chill down your spine and leave you a little bit unnerved after you've read it. It's so good, and I highly recommend this if you love horror or suspenseful type of thriller stories. Definitely read Witches. It's so worth your while. Next up is The Film Buff's Bucket List by Chris Stuckman. If you are a fan of his YouTube channel, or you're just a film buff in general, I highly recommend this. It's such a fantastic book. He covers 50 films he adored from 2000 to 2015, and each film comes with a description that Chris wrote himself, and it also comes with correlating artwork, and I thought that was so super cool. This is American Psycho, but he just gives you a reason why these films are amazing and why he loved them. And the back of this book also has a checklist that has each film listed, so when you watch a film you can check it off and then give it so many stars out of 5. And I just thought it was very comprehensive, very thorough, and very true to who Chris Stuckman is. And I highly recommend it, again, if you're a fan of his or just a film buff in general. And the last novel I really loved was You by Caroline Kepnes. This is probably the most unique book I've ever read because this is written in the second person, which means that the main character is referring to a supporting character as you, so it seems like he's talking to the reader. And the story is about a man named Joe who works at a bookstore. One day he sees this gorgeous young woman, so he starts to stalk her. And this book gets really creepy really fast because you see how he's stalking her and the information he finds out about her and what he thinks about her and what he does to try to make her fall in love with him. And it's very creepy. It's not scary, but it's very suspenseful. It's very thrilling. If you're a fan of suspense novels or thriller novels, definitely give You by Caroline Kepnes a read. It is a little bit difficult to get into, though, I do have to say, because it's really weird reading in second person, but once you get past that, it's so good. Now moving on to the films I enjoyed, which is my favorite part of the favorites. First up is Equilibrium. Equilibrium is about our society in the future, and emotions have been banned, so no one is happy, no one's sad, no one's angry, everyone's just level. And things that would cause emotions like art, movies, music have been banned. And everyone has to take medication to suppress their emotions, and if it's found out that you've stopped taking your medication and you're feeling emotions again, you're executed. The story revolves around Christian Bale's character, who is basically a cop in this totalitarian society. And he has secretly stopped taking his medication, and one day it's found out he stopped taking it, so he's on the run, and it's just a very fun movie. I had so much fun watching it. There are a lot of badass action scenes, and it's just a fun watch. Is it amazing? No. But it's just a thrill ride of a movie, and I highly recommend it if you're into action and science fiction films because you will love it. You will not be bored 1 second, okay? It's fantastic. And everyone in the film is just so much fun to watch. Christian Bale, Sean Bean, Taye Diggs, they're all great, and it's just highly worth watching. The next film I want to mention is The Witch. This is a very divisive horror film, and I can totally understand why. Personally, I really enjoyed it, but I can see why people hated it. I thought the beginning of the film was great, the middle was boring, the end was fantastic. The Witch is basically about a family in the 1850s living in New England, and they're Puritans, and one day their eldest daughter, who is I believe 16 years old, is watching her infant brother and he gets stolen by a witch. And the whole family blames her for the baby's disappearance, and other weird stuff starts happening, and to say anything more would be a spoiler, but I thought it was a very beautiful film. The cinematography was beautifully presented. The actors were really good in their roles, and overall, I really did enjoy it. Next up is Krampus. Now, is this amazing? No, but it's so much fun. Krampus is about a family that have gathered together to celebrate Christmas, but they're all arguing, and the youngest son is upset. He wants everyone to be the way they used to be, and that brings forth Krampus, and a bunch of nightmarish situations start happening, and it's so much fun to watch. It's not scary. It is very humorous, and it is very thrilling at some points. All the actors are great. I really loved Adam Scott in this film. I thought he was the best actor. It also stars Toni Collette, David Koechner, and some other super funny actors and actresses. And like I said, it's not the best movie, but it's so much fun that you just have to watch it. It is more of a seasonal film in my opinion, because it felt really weird watching it when it was like 80-something degrees outside and it's a Christmas movie. But if you're looking for something to watch during the holidays that, you know, is not super depressing or super traditional, definitely check out Krampus. Next up, this film is so good, and that is A Girl Like Her. A Girl Like Her is a film that is shot documentary style, and it's about a girl who attempts to commit suicide and how she had a hidden camera she wore, and that hidden camera captured footage of a girl from her class bullying her, and it shows how horrible this girl was treated and how cruel these girls were to her. And it's so heartbreaking, and it's so important, and it was just such a great film. I highly recommend it. And lastly, I really loved Hellboy, and yes, this is the first time I watched Hellboy. I know most everyone has already seen Hellboy, so I'm not gonna go into it, but I thought it was great. I thought it was beautifully shot, of course, because it's a Del Toro film. And I'm so excited to watch the sequel. I did think it was a little too long, but that's just a little nitpick. I highly recommend it if you're into action films though, because it's so good. Moving on to TV, I really loved the pilot episode of Preacher. Now, Preacher is the story of a preacher named Jesse Custer. He lives in Texas, and one day he becomes possessed by a demon, and when he becomes possessed by this demon, he gains the ability to basically tell people what he wants them to do, and they'll do it. And you can see where this is gonna go. I think it's a super badass show. I think Dominic Cooper is great as Jesse Custer. I love Ruth Negga as Tulip. A lot of people are bitching and complaining about the fact that she's not white, but that doesn't matter to me, okay? I think she's badass, and I think she captures the spirit of Tulip. So shut it! And also Arseface. Arseface. Yes, there is a character named Arseface in this, and I just want to hug him because he's just like the sweetest little person ever, okay? I love him. And the villain's awesome too, he's a vampire. And plus, they blow Tom Cruise up in this, okay? How can you not love a show that is about a preacher that gets possessed by a demon who's friends with a guy named Arseface, who has a badass ex-girlfriend named Tulip, who is fighting a vampire villain, and they blow up Tom Cruise? How can you not love that? I can see why some people would not love that, but you know what? I love it. The music I enjoyed this month is in the description box down below. Give it a listen. Let me know what music you've enjoyed, because I always love learning about new songs. And if you like any I liked, let me know, because then we can geek out over them together. And lastly, there are a few YouTube channels I want to give a shout out to for being really sweet and supportive to me and bringing some new Alycats into the family. Yay! I have to give a major thank you to Robert Santallan, Grimsy42, and Wood from Beat 'em Ups. They're fantastic guys, and if you're into gaming, definitely check out their channels. They're all really sweet, amazing guys. Their videos are very high quality, and each of them gave me a shout out in their own unique, special way, and I've been so surprised at the channel's growth in just a few days' time. I hope you guys stick around with me, everyone that's new, because I know I'm very weird, but we have a lot of fun here, and I love you guys so much, and I'd love to get to know you. Please comment down below. Let me know if one of those guys brought you here, and let's just become best friends, okay? Because we should be. Because you can never have enough friends, okay? And plus, being an Alycat's really awesome. So, thank you guys. I love you all so much, and I'm so super grateful for you. Thank you guys so much. And that is it for my May favorites. Let me know what your favorites were in the comment box down below. like the video if you liked it. And don't forget to subscribe, because being an Alycat, like I said, it's awesome. And I love having a little community here because it's so much fun. And I just love you to pieces. I just want to hug your faces. And this is getting creepy. Thank you so much for watching. Peace and kisses.